We often picture the birth of the United States as a moment of perfect, unified clarity, a group of men in a Philadelphia room, signing a piece of paper, backed by a resolute populace. But the actual summer of 1776 was messy, desperate, and deeply fractured. To see what it actually looked like, let's pause the timeline on a single Wednesday, June 19, 1776. We are exactly 15 days away from the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. Examining just this 24-hour window exposes a rebellion that is simultaneously pulling off brilliant political maneuvers and suffering catastrophic military collapse. Looking at this 1763 map of North America, the events of this single day stretch from the legislative halls of New Jersey all the way up into the Canadian wilderness and out onto the Atlantic coast. To understand how remarkable the achievement of July 4th really was, we first have to look at the disaster, disease, and division threatening to tear the colonies apart on June 19th. Our first stop is Burlington, New Jersey. Here, the local leaders are actively dismantling royal authority. On this very day, the Provincial Congress takes the drastic step of ordering the arrest of their own royal governor, William Franklin. Benjamin Franklin's son is detained, effectively stripping the British Crown of its control over the colony. With the governor removed, delegates immediately authorized the drafting of a radical new state constitution. Written in a matter of days, the document grants voting rights to property-owning women and free Black Americans. The Provincial Congress also sends new instructions to their delegates in Philadelphia. They are now authorized to vote for a complete break from Great Britain. This regional political momentum creates an aggressive legal framework for a new nation. Yet, while the politicians are winning in the committee rooms, the physical war is unraveling. Zooming in on this map of the northern border near the Richelieu River, thousands of Continental soldiers are stranded at an island called Île aux Noix, completely isolated from the political victories happening to the south. The American invasion of Canada has collapsed. A brutal combination of smallpox outbreaks, starvation, and expiring enlistments has decimated the troops, forcing a long, agonizing retreat away from Montreal. What started months earlier as an ambitious offensive to bring a 14th colony into the rebellion has disintegrated into a desperate scramble just to stay alive. Meanwhile, off the coast of Long Island, American sailors are proving highly resilient. Captain Charles Pond, commanding the armed sloop Schuyler, successfully recaptures the British transport vessel Crawford right from under the nose of the Royal Navy. While the land army suffers a brutal collapse in the northern wilderness, this scrappy, multi-domain defiance at sea proves the colonists are fighting a grinding war of attrition on every available front. Back up in British Canada, another reality is taking shape. This conflict is a civil war, pitting neighbor against neighbor. On this exact same day, June 19th, British Governor Sir Guy Carleton authorized the formation of the King's Royal Regiment of New York. The regiment is led by Sir John Johnson, a New York loyalist who recently fled the Mohawk Valley under intense pressure from local patriots, enduring near starvation in the wilderness to reach British Rhines. The fates of these colonial leaders show how deeply divided the population is. While the Royal Governor of New Jersey sits in a Patriot jail cell, a prominent New York landowner is actively arming an American regiment to fight for the British Crown. The simple narrative of Americans uniting against British oppressors falls apart under scrutiny. Communities are fracturing, and allegiances dictate whether a person's property and life remain secure. Within this single 24-hour window, New Jersey secures the legal votes for independence, the Northern Army staggers out of Canada in defeat, and Loyalists take up arms against their former neighbors. The delegates who will soon gather to sign the Declaration of Independence aren't operating from a position of absolute strength or guaranteed victory. They draft a new nation while armies starve and local towns splinter into factions. The true marvel of July 4th is the ability of those founders to endure profound military and domestic setbacks and still push forward to invent a nation when their world is falling apart.